Thank God the trade deadline ended. Whew, oh my God. I don't know about you, but I was at some point really nervous about this possible Andre Drummond trade. I'm glad it was all smoke. I'm also glad that Oladipo got traded and he went to Miami and not to the Knicks. That was a steal, by the way, by Miami. But yeah, just wanted to get on and give you my quick thoughts on the trade deadline for the Knicks. Kind of like what my thoughts are on where they are right now as a team overall, and just my impressions and my predictions of what's going to happen going forward. But yeah, but before anything, I just wanted to say I hope everyone is doing well. This year so far seems like it's getting better for a lot of people. But I hope that everyone continues to stay safe and to get better and to move on. It's been a challenging year for a lot of people, including myself, which is hence why a lot of the uploads haven't been happening since for a while. But if you've been keeping up with me on the channel's Instagram account, just feel free to follow there. We can talk Knicks anytime. Share your thoughts. Trade deadline was hectic. There was a lot of great conversations happening. So yeah, just feel free to follow me. The link is in the description, and just we could talk through there. But for now, I just wanted to share my quick thoughts so far on what happened in the trade deadline and kind of give you a mid-season report on what I feel. But before all that, if you have seen my prediction video, the first half of the schedule when it was released, I predicted the Knicks would be 18-19, right? Lo and behold, by March 2nd, we were 19-18, right before the All-Star break, which is as close as you can get. I think my prediction was a little bit on the safe side, obviously, but very optimistic still. But right now, we are currently 22-22. We play Washington tonight. We just beat them on Tuesday, so they are going to come back and try to win this game. I think we destroyed them 131-113. I think if there's any pride on that team, they're going to show it tonight. So this isn't a gimme game, but it's a game that the Knicks should definitely win if they want to make the playoffs. And talking about playoffs, obviously, you a big part of the playoffs and making the playoffs is what you do in the trade deadline. And you can tell there are some teams that are hovering around the Knicks record right now. For example, Miami, Chicago, who they want to make the playoffs and they want to go far. And they made big moves, right? As opposed to the moves the move that the Knicks made. Like, again, Miami got Victor Oladipo from the Rockets. They stole him from them pretty much. The Rockets got played on that trade. They didn't get not a single pick. They got a pick swap, but they're not going to use it. But that's about it. And then Chicago got Vucevic from Orlando. It was a good trade for both teams, I believe. Vooch needed a change of scenery. But it bolsters up Chicago, right? So Miami is 22-22 as well. Chicago's hovering around the same record. We're all around that same bubble in the playoffs. We're all trying to make us a top 8 seed because we do at some point want a home playoff game. Like, even if you're 8th this year, you still have to play the play-in seed, and you'll probably be at home for that. So that's what I mean by a home playoff game. Yeah. So I think they're going to try to make the playoffs. The Knicks are going to try to go and make a top 8 seed. But we'll see what happens. As of right now, the only moves the Knicks made was to be a part of a 3-team trade with the Sixers and the Thunder. And they got back Terrence Ferguson and a second-round pick from Philadelphia this season on the 2021 draft. And they gave up Austin Rivers and Iggy, who really didn't play on our team. But he was a great player for the Westchester Knicks. I think it's a shrewd move. It's not something that's really going to impact the rotation right now because I don't see Ferguson playing right away, and obviously we didn't see Rivers and Iggy play as much for the Knicks, so it doesn't really affect us rotation-wise right away. But what it does do is that it opens up that roster spot and it makes us players for the buyout market. And again, I really think that the guy that they're going to try to go for is Andre Drummond. Which again, it's his decision, and I think if he has a choice between the Lakers and the Knicks or even the Nets, unfortunately, everyone wants to go over there. But I think he'll probably choose a more short team. But if he wants to go to a team that's trying to make it to the playoffs and can pay him next season, I think he might consider us. Personally, for me, nah, he can go over there. He could go somewhere else. But again, that's just because of the fit. You know, I don't see German fitting well with Randall. I don't see him fitting well with RJ. So, you know, and we have Mitch. I'd rather keep our own. You know, he's healthy again. He had a great game against Washington. I think he'll have another great game tonight. But yeah, so right now I think we're 22-22 again. We're trying to make the playoffs. We have a very tough schedule ahead of us, but again, winnable. We could win some games, and I think at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, the Knicks will be a playoff team this season. The play-in is going to really help. And again, I think I started off this season really hoping that the Knicks can have a chance to draft Cade Cunningham. He's the floor general, I believe, that this organization has lacked. You know, we have the president right now, Leon Rose. We have a World Wide Wes. We have Tibbs. And we have players like RJ, Julius, and Mitch, who kind of fit this mold, right? And I think what we're missing on this team is a floor general, an extension from the coach on the court. Derrick Rose might be that, but I think he's too old to really give it all. And at this point, Derrick Rose is, I mean, my personal opinion, he's a sixth man on the championship team starting for us, you know? And as much as I love Quickly, I don't want to rush him to start because I feel like that's going to hinder his development. It's going to force him to do things that he's not comfortable doing yet. So I'd rather him establish what he's good at now, which is being a microwave off the bench. And then once he establishes that, then we can look to grow his game out more than what it is now. I wanted to touch on one more thing briefly before, you know, I end this convo. But the one thing I really wanted to talk about, this is my guy, RJ Barrett. It's I'm not gonna lie, he's my favorite player on the team. He's the guy that I really root for. I root for everyone that's on this team. I want everyone to succeed, yes, but I really want RJ to succeed. Why? Because RJ, to me, for the first time in a long time, and yes, I am including KP, for the first time in a long time, I see a player who really wants to be here, who was drafted by the Knicks, who wants to be here, who wants to stay for the long run, who works. Like RJ, you can tell this season, you can tell that the work that he put in the offseason is showing off this season. Yes, he started off the season a little bit rocky, shooting on those 2 0 for 20 slumps from the 3. But since then, he's been shooting over 50% from the 3-point line and has gotten his average up to above 35% league average. Yes, a lot of those are on catch and shoots. They're not coming off the dribbles and stuff like that. But a catch and shoot corner 3-pointer or a catch and shoot 3 being distributed off by, let's say, the current engine of the team, which is Julius Randle, or hopefully in the future, a point guard who is the extension of the coach, who can get everyone involved and not just certain players. But being able to hit that shot consistently the way that RJ is right now is a huge jump from where he was last season. Last season, everyone just believed that he was just going to be some player who's not athletic enough, who's going to try to get to the rim too much, and who's not going to make enough layups, who's not going to make enough points in the paint to be worth it. But right now, RJ has turned himself into a two-way wing who is facilitating at times the offense when it runs through him, and who can shoot the ball from the corner 3, and whose mid-range game has developed and continues to develop. RJ is savvy. He plays at his own tempo. No one can rush him. No one can slow him down right now. Yes, he's had games where he slumped a little bit, and some of that is due to him. Of course, he hasn't had a perfect season, right? Some of it is also due to roster construction. We don't have the guards that get him the ball where he needs it, right? I know he struggled against Miami both those games because they trapped him high near the half-court line, and once he got rid of the ball, he never saw it back. The offense never ran plays for him to free him up. So it's things like that he's going to continue to learn. But the progression that he's made on the free throw line and on the 3-point line, it's just, as a Knicks fan, I don't see how you can fault this kid. How you can say RJ's not that serious, or he's not putting in the work, or he's not worth it. I truly believe that he's a cornerstone of this team, and that he should be here for years to come. He is the culture change, I believe, that this organization has been looking for. The hope is that we can continue to add pieces like RJ that can help him in his game, that can help the organization, that can help change the culture, and we can continue building off this season. In order to do that, we need to finish this season strong, right? Hopefully make the playoffs, get some playoff experience, hopefully even get a couple of wins in the playoffs, and just build on it. You know, don't make any crazy moves. This trade deadline was very tempting. A lot of Lonzo Ball rumors, a lot of Terry Rozier, possibly Kyle Lowry. I'm glad he didn't bite any of those bullets. Past regimes would have. You know, they would have messed up the future for that. We currently still have 2 first-round picks, our own and Dallas's. Dallas has gotten a lot better, so their pick isn't going to be in the lottery. That was wishful thinking. I was hoping that we could have our cake and eat it too. You know, make the playoffs and have the Dallas pick be in the lottery. But that's not the case. But yeah, I think overall so far, at the point that we are in right now, I think as a fan, you have to be excited. Like, you have to, because it's the most success we've had in, like, besides that one season in 2012, it's the most success we had in like 20 years. You know, I'm not counting 04. That Marbury trade, I'm just not. Never happened. But yeah, it's good to be back. You know, me and my team are gonna do our best to reach out and to have these conversations with you guys. We really enjoy the collaboration. We really enjoy the community that we're trying to build here. But again, if you have quick thoughts or anything like that, feel free to just follow the link in the description. Hit us up. We're here to talk. Another thing that I want to let you guys know is that something that we want to do for our videos is start it off with a little clip of maybe like you guys hitting a jump shot or doing a layup or doing something. So if you feel free to send me those clips, again, the link is in the description below. And yeah, we'll give you a shout out, put it in the beginning of the video, because why not? You guys are the channel, right? You guys are the community, and the best thing to do is to celebrate you guys, and to celebrate our team as we go together. So once again, it's nice to be here. I'm glad. I hope everyone is safe. Let's go Knicks.